Hey folks, good day to you. VM Explorer here, and on today's quick NAS topic, we're going to be working with the DRIVESTOR 2 Pro and adding a Wi-Fi adapter to it. So first, let's talk a little bit about why we want to add an adapter. This is my home NAS lab test environment that I've set up. As you can see, I've got a couple remote PCs down here, the DRIVESTOR 2 Pro in the middle, the LockStor 10, and the Synology disk station as well. On the right in the blue is a 10 gigabit network, and the DRIVESTOR 2 Pro has one network interface that connects at about 2.5 gigabit into this 10 gig switch. And this could be considered kind of a production network in a enterprise network. And the black is a 1 gig network used for management devices. And most of the devices have multiple NICs, like the LockStor 10 as an example. It has 4 built-in NICs, which is a really nice feature. 2 being 10 gigabit and 2.5. So I could use one of those adapters for management and the other 2 for production. Makes it really nice, multi-homed. I mean, who doesn't want a multi-homed environment? But the problem is with the DRIVESTOR 2 Pro, it only has one network adapter, so I can only kind of run it on here. And what I've been having to do is swap this cable kind of back and forth, or kind of come in the management network this way through this PC and into it. And really what I want to do is have it have access to the internet. So put a Wi-Fi adapter in here, and now it can fully route out, get updates, bring things in, and update it. Now that's going to be important because in some future videos, we're going to be doing some things with Docker, and we need to pull down some applications like Plex and that type of stuff. I've got those installed, but to do that, I've always had to swap the cable back and forth to get it to access the internet, because the blue network has no internet access, the black network does. So that's the problem. That's what this video is all about. Let's get to installing it. So first off, you're going to want to make sure that you understand which device you're working with. In this case, we're working with the DRIVESTOR 2 Pro. Now, note the AS33. That's the model type. Then there'll be other sub-products underneath it, but that's the important piece of it. And I'll explain that in a second. So we've got the right product here, and now all we got to do is just click on compatibility. And what compatibility will take us to are these are all the products that you can choose from to do different things with your ASUS Store NAS arrays. Not specific to the DRIVESTOR 2 Pro yet, okay? All the products. We're looking for a USB Wi-Fi dongle, and we'll click on there, right? And remember that AS33 was important, and this is why. Because when you're looking to choose a compatible product, they're going to show NAS series here, and you're going to need to pick out the right product. So for example, if I wanted to use this product right here, this AC51, right? I got to look for AS33, and it's not listed, so this product wouldn't work. However, the product right below it, which is the AC56, is compatible with all their NAS series to date. And all I need to do is make sure I have ADM, which is their basically the software that's installed on the NAS at 242 or better, and I'm running 4.0, so we're good. I looked into this product a little bit, and it looked like a product that I was interested in. There's a few things I liked about it. First off, it's relatively fast. You know, I can get about they say on average 800 megs or so out of it, which is great. I like its size. You know, it's kind of big. It's a little bit bulky, you know, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it having a full size antenna, you know, the USB connector. But what I really like about it is that it also came with a stand, which was nice. So I could either stand it, you know, connect the USB cable into the NAS, have this device stay on top. And if I wanted to move it around from different NAS devices or different things, it was pretty easy to do. I could also undock it, you know. So it had some nice flexibility, and it seemed to be compatible with a little thing. I will say one thing, though the box shows AC 1200 here, it's actually an AC 1300, which their new box and everything else is showing. So we should be good there. That's the device I chose. It's compatible. That's important. Choose a compatible device. Don't go, I'm sure you could go and find some, you know, blog or some YouTube video on how to hack your device and put in something you have and not spend money. That's fine if you want to do that. For me, I'm going to choose a device that's compatible. I know it'll be supported. It'll work right. And when I'm doing testing, that's important. All right. So you can go to the user's guide, and you can find that through the Drive Pro 2. It'll take you to the user's guide, and it basically explains plug it in and look in external devices, but it doesn't really tell you kind of how to set it up. That's what we're going to do in this video. Additionally, you might check out the ASUS Store College. I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but a lot of great courses here, a lot of good information on how to do things. It's where I've learned a few tips and tricks on how to work with it. It's pretty intuitive, so if you're familiar with working with the NAS, you could probably figure it out. But if you get stuck a little bit or need some guidance, check out their ASUS Store College. They've done a good job getting that all together. All right, so let's get into the DRIVESTOR 2 Pro. Now, let's just take a look first at just how things are set up currently. So I have a network, right? The default gateway is set to auto, which is kind of a nice feature. I can move it to a specific network if I want to direct the device. So right now I'm going to leave it in auto mode. And in the networking mode, we can see we have this one device here, which is the 77.15. Now it doesn't have a gateway because it doesn't exist, and there's no DNS set up as well because, again, there's no DNS server on that side of the network. Remember, we're talking about this device right here. It's got a single connection. Now what we need to do is add that network connector in right here and get it all set up. All right, so I went ahead and plugged it in. You can kind of see the Wi-Fi dongle is not connected, popped it up. So let's go ahead and exit out of here. And what we want to do is go into external devices. Okay, this is the overview of all the items below. So you can see the Wi-Fi adapters here. When I click on it, it took me to Wi-Fi adapter, and you can see that it's found it, it's accepted it, it's working. Now, if you stuck a regular Wi-Fi adapter in here that is not on its compatibility list, it's not going to show. That's part of choosing compatible devices, ease of use. They're going to support it. We're not going to have any issues with it. All right, so we've confirmed that it has seen the device. I'm going to skip back over into networking real quick. Let's take a look and see what's going on. So network interface, okay? And it's saying Wi-Fi dongle not connected, which was what we expect. There's no information here. And now I'm going to go straight up to action. Now I've got two choices with action. I can go into connect into a hidden wireless network, and this is for folks that don't broadcast their SSID, and you want to type it in manually and choose your authentication mode and set it up. In my case, this one is broadcasted, so I'm going to say connect, and I'm going to look for my network called OU812. And we're going to say connect on the AC network, which is the higher speed one, not the BGN, AC, connect. Type in the password, and it's going to go through its connecting process here, which will take about a minute or two at the most. All right, about 30 seconds later, we're all connected. We've got an IP address of 60. We show our signal strength, some good information here, connection speed, and the DNS server. But again, no gateway. And if you look here, no gateway as well. So that's one thing to think about, is which way do you want your device to go? Because this device can support multiple gateways, and it's in auto mode, so it'll figure out the best path. In this case, I'm going to leave it. So when we look in general and we go down to auto, we can see I could choose and tell it that, hey, the gateway is always going to be on the Wi-Fi network, or the gateway is always going to be on the LAN network. I'm going to leave it in auto mode because there's no reason to do anything else at this point, right? So back to network interface, and we've got it up and running. Oh, there it goes. It took it a second to refresh. There it is, so 80.60. So now that we've got it set up, let's just do a few little network tests. And this is where I like the program that you can download on the App Central Store, right? Called Shell in a Box. And that'll enable you to get into the shell of your device. So I'm going to go log in here. We're going to log in as root. Typo, sorry. And there we are. So now I can just do something simple like a ping 172.16.80.1. Okay. So now I'm able to ping the default gateway, which is fine. That's what I wanted it to do. Okay. Let's look on our handy dandy map here and choose out an IP address. So let's do 70.150 device. 77.150, excuse me. And there we go. So we're able to test that we're getting IP connectivity on the 80 network, which we wanted. And we're also able to test that we're getting IP connectivity on the 77 network. All right, folks, and it's just that easy. In this quick video, we went into external devices. We made sure our Wi-Fi device was set up and connected. We went into settings and checked to make sure that its network settings were set optimally and configured properly. So now with this setup now complete, I'm able to kind of update my diagram and actually show that it's connected on the 80 network. That's going to come in really handy because, as you can see, some of the devices we've installed here, such as, Shell in the Box or Plex server, Docker, these types of applications came from the App Store. And for me to do that, I had to move that cable back and forth. Now I don't have to do that. And that's going to come in really handy when we start doing some things with Docker and uploading images and all types of stuff. So we'll get into that later. But for now, quick NAS topic. We got it set up. If you need anything, just leave a comment below. I hope this video was helpful. And don't forget to hit subscribe. Have a great day, everyone. Take care.